Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. We are into the draft staging of this Jaguars rebuild at the end of season 1. There's not a lot to do, so I'm going to jump straight into the draft and we'll have a look. I've got a 25-man hit list on who I would like to pick up should we be able to. And then, like I said, we'll see how the draft's going. We'll see where people are and whether or not we need to start making moves, trying to get back up into the first or second, third even rounds. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, we've got the New York Giants on the clock, and I know they were mock draft to take a left tackle to protect Daniel Jones. So we shall see. I don't think I need to jump up that high. I think I'm okay. I'll be good at left tackle. And I don't think any of the guys that I'm looking to pick are going to go that high. New York Giants have selected Ty Reinhard, the left tackle from Miami, protecting Daniel Jones. And now we've got the New York Jets. And with the second overall pick, the New York Jets have taken John Nicholson, the left tackle out of Texas Tech. And that was pretty much expected. Now this one's going to be interesting because the Cardinals were expected to take a quarterback, which I'd be surprised if they wasted the third overall pick on a quarterback, considering Kyler Murray has just been awarded the MVP this year. And they do in fact go with a quarterback. Keenan Winter, QB out of USC. I have to admit, that's a little bit of an odd one. I don't get that one. The Bills were mock draft to take a QB as well. Again, I don't think they need a QB when they've got Josh Allen, but hey, who knows? Stranger things have happened. But the more they carry on with these strange picks, the more my players are staying out on the board. And they go with James Parker, the QB from Auburn. But I'm not going to move up in the first round. 7th pick is mine. That's where I'm going to stay, and we'll see what happens first and then make a move as we see what players are taken. So next up is the Minnesota Vikings. And the Minnesota Vikings have taken Derek Wiggins. Now the Saints are picked to take our defensive tackle that we like. And they have taken Isaiah Money. I'll take Xavier Long. I'll take the defensive tackle. I think he's good enough. We'll take Xavier Long. And he's got a hidden trait. That's good to know. Okay then. So now we've got to decide, are we going to look to move back into this first round? And if we do, who do we take? So, Los Angeles Chargers are up next. And they've taken Sean Austin out of Boise State, which is a good pick for them, especially with Justin Herbert. So now we've got the Lions up next. And Lions have taken Brian Lawrence. That's a shame. I was looking at him as well. He looked all right. I think Chris Perryman is the better wide receiver, but I don't think you can go wrong with Brian Lawrence. Baltimore Ravens have taken Nathan Barksdale. I'm not surprised by that. He was a good pick. One on the draft board gone that was giving me headaches. So next up is the Houston Texans, who have taken Evan Holcomb from Notre Dame. Cincinnati Bengals have gone with Greg Alexander from Washington. That's good. I didn't see anything in him that I rated a high pick. Gerald Barnes from Notre Dame he went to the Bengals. My bad. I'm jumping way ahead. So now Philadelphia is on the clock. The Eagles have selected Doug Irving. The Tennessee Titans up next. And they've taken right tackle Mark Snyder. Miami Dolphins taking Carlos Lindley from Southern Miss. As Doug Stevenson goes to the New York Jets. Falcons have taken Grant Thomas. New York Giants taking Eddie McCoy. And now the New England Patriots. Will Walls from Clemson, leaving the football team on the clock. And Will Walls, he went in the last pick. Washington have taken Nathan Huff. And he did actually win the Heisman Trophy. So Washington get a Heisman winning quarterback. This is where I said I'd start looking at potentially moving back in. So we'll have a look at who the Bucks pick. And then we'll have a look. As they take Taylor Turk. Now, I think I might have to move up in the second round if I want to get one or both of both Mike Cameron and Ross Stamper, or even Keith Bowden. No, I think Ross Stamper is the one I want over Keith Bowden. So I think I might have to move up to get him. So I might have to start thinking about what I might need to give up to get another second round pick. We do have a lot of picks to play with, so we can try and figure something out. As Barry Holcomb has gone to the Raiders. Now got the Chiefs on the board, and I'm happy carrying on before I jump in there. And they've taken Chris Perryman. I'm going to kick myself if Pittsburgh takes one of these players that I'm really looking at. I am going to kick myself. But there's nothing there that worries me that the Steelers are going to take him. And they haven't. They've gone with Darren Delos out of Virginia. And this could actually come in really handy for me. This could really play into my... I wouldn't say strategy, because I wouldn't exactly say I've got a strategy. But this could really play into my hands quite well. As the Denver Broncos have taken Heath Bolton at left tackle. No, that's good. Like I said, I'm happy with my left tackle for a couple of seasons yet, so certainly not in any rush for a left tackle. Detroit's back on the clock, and they've taken Mike Cameron. That'll teach me for not jumping back up into the first round. I knew I should have. Alright, what we got? David Nicholson. Not a bad one. Another one I was looking at, but wasn't hugely worried about. Green Bay have taken Quentin Leno. Now the Browns. Please, Browns. No, they've taken Tyrone Knighton. Packers, sorry. They've taken Tyrone Knighton. I'm not getting good at this calling out who's picking. At least I'm getting the players right, but I'm not getting their teams right on some of these. But the Cleveland Browns have taken Matt Gatewood from Auburn. So now it's the Dallas Cowboys with the last pick of the first round. And they've taken Ross Stamper. I knew I should have looked at trying to get that pick. That's disappointing. But that's on me, I suppose. So let's see who's around for our second round pick. As the Giants decide to take Tim Washington, a QB in the second round. Well, they got their left tackle, so why not try and find somebody to quarterback the team? I think it's pretty clear at this point that Daniel Jones is not the answer. And the New York Jets have taken Clayton Steele. They're going defensive. Must admit, I didn't look too much at him. I don't know what he was looking like. Cardinals have taken Dakota Feldman. That's fine. That's not a problem. Especially as I'm not entirely sure where I'm going anyway. So Eric Fort from Miami has gone to Buffalo. Nick Jensen, the quarterback from Washington. So he's going to be used to that sort of weather anyway. New Orleans have taken Dontrell Horn out of Tennessee. I think Carl Hopkins is the man to take with our second round pick. I'm going to take him. And he's second round pick, and he's got a hidden dev trait. That I like. Picked up a potential star there. And the Chargers have taken Alexander Barton. It's a shame. I was thinking he might have been all right. Detroit Lions have taken Kyle Penn. Don Porter's going to Baltimore from Oregon State. Miami, what you got? Alexander Halen, left tackle out of Ole Miss. Greg Rosemond has gone to Washington. Brian Winston has gone to Cincinnati. Now the Eagles are back in. Devin Connor, right tackle. And Rashawn Joseph is going to the ATL. I wonder what the Niners are going to do with their second round pick. Gone with a defensive tackle, Antoine Hutchins out of Oregon State. J.D. Barlow. Atlanta Falcons back on board. What are Atlanta doing? Come on now. Share some of these picks out. Larry Austin, the left guard out of BC. Chicago Bears have taken a wide receiver. Now the New England Patriots going defensive tackle. Washington taking Larry Hitchens. Tampa Bay, Marcus Friedman, from wide receiver from Yale. Don't see too many players from Yale getting drafted. I might be wrong, obviously. Dom Neal, out of Florida State, going to Las Vegas. Taj Davis of Louisville has found himself a home in Kansas City. Chauncey Morse going to Pittsburgh. Alan Ingram going to Denver. LA Rams finally getting a pick late in the second round. Quinton Bill. New York Jets are Keith Bowden. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I just not trade and take the players that I want, regardless on whether it's reaching or not? Maybe I will spend my third round on taking Hatcher. Jump up, take Bartel, and then maybe trade the last couple of picks away. Try and find something decent. But that's thoroughly disappointing. I'll let yet another player get drafted instead of jumping up for them. I knew I should have been aggressive. And I wasn't. And I've lost out on about 3 players that I was really hopeful on. I went and done a Bill Belichick. Just thought, yeah, no, stuff it. I'll just sit here. I'll wait till the guys that I want drop to me. And they ain't dropping. They're not dropping to me anyway. Guess that's what happens when you're not Bill Belichick. And Brian Gooden going to Cleveland. Cowboys taking Derek Horn. Jonathan Hatch is gone. That's another one. At this point, I'm seriously tempted to try and trade up for Clint Bartel. Well, the Jets got Devontae Adams. Maybe I should have gone for him rather than going, no, that's not realistic. It's not realistic. So let's swap third round picks. See if they're willing to just swap. Improve the offer a little more. We're swapping like 6 picks, 5 picks, 5 places. That's all we're swapping. What do you mean improve it a little more? What more do you want, man? I have my late round 7th. I don't care. Okay. I mean, don't like it. I hate them for that. If I'm playing the Jets this season, I'm going to make sure to rack the points up on them. Got great speed, good agility, elite acceleration. Coming off that left with Josh Allen off the right, Miles Jack in the middle. Do you know what? I'm going to take Paul Walker. And not just because I like his name. Normal dev trait, that's a shame. But you expect it in the third round. But Clint Bartel is still available, so there might be a deal to be had to try and get him. DeAndre Cook goes to the Cardinals. I think we need Clint Bartel and then a right tackle. half decent right tackle and we'll be alright. We'll be good moving on. As Seth Denham has gone to New Orleans. New York Jets. Taking Leslie Holmes from UCF. LA Chargers have taken Chauncey Jones. I was looking at him. He could have been a good right guard to have, to be fair, if I hadn't have already taken a decent right guard. I mean, I could have pushed one of them out to right tackle maybe, but I think we're good there with Jeremiah Kendricks going to Detroit. Jamario Smiley of Notre Dame going to Baltimore. Kirk Yancey, left guard. I think even a third round pick, not that high in the third round, is too high for him. But hey, I'm not spending it. But I think I'm going to have to make a cut-off point for Clint Bartel. And I think if he's still there, we're up to pick 12. So I think if he's still there at pick 20 of the third round, if Clint Bartel is still on the board, then I'm going to look to try and trade up and take him in the third round. Yeah, I think pick 20 is going to be my limit, where I then start deciding, right, we need to get aggressive here and avoid losing yet another player. DeMarcus Cameron's gone out to Seattle. Cincinnati Bengals taking Channing Beatty, and Philly's back on the clock. Going with James Alexander from Boise State. Yeah, I don't think I would have taken him with the 14th pick in this round. I think that's a bit high. Tennessee Titans taking Eric Foley. I'm going to class him as the son of Mick Foley because I like Mick Foley and I want him to have a football son just for the fun of it. So Mick Foley's son is going out to Tennessee, while Chad Williams is going to San Francisco. Swapping the lovely beaches and sun of Miami for the sun of San Francisco and the sunny beaches of California. Seahawks back on the clock again already, taking Eli Howard. And the Falcons are back on the clock. And they've taken Eric Freeman. Bears up next, taking DeMarco Powell. Powell. I'm going to pronounce it Powell. Yeah, I'm going to pronounce it Powell. Stuff it. DeJuan Higgins is going to New England. Ken Campbell going to Washington. And we're at pick 22. Now, I said pick 20 to 25. I think I'll see who the Tampa Bay takes. I think I'll see who Tampa Bay take. And then I might look to trade with the Raiders. They've taken Tracy Patton. Steelers. That's the team. Trade with the Steelers. Blake Wells going to Oakland. Not Oakland, Las Vegas, sorry. Kansas City are taking Zach Bramble. Now, I did say it'd be the Steelers that I traded with. So, let's have a look. See if they're willing to trade. We'll send the 7th round. I'll take the late 6th off. And I'll put my late 5th in. See if... And they've taken it. So, for a late 5th, my 7th and my late 6th, I'm taking their 3rd round pick. Which is fine by me. I'm going to go with Clint Bartel because that's who I've been talking about. So we're going to draft him. He gets a normal dev trait, which is fine by me. Let's move on then. Brian Morrison is going to Denver. Now I'm happy to just sit and see what's available when my picks come around. LA Rams are taking Solomon Woods. Tyrone Simon out of Purdue is going to Carolina. Indianapolis is taking James Pierce out of North Carolina. Green Bay Packers are taking Chantrell Hayward, and Yale have a 2nd man. Maybe I just never noticed it. But I just didn't think Yale had too many players getting drafted. Andy Davis is going to Cleveland. Curtis Driver's going to Dallas. Damian Short has gone to New Orleans. Let's take Quincy. Let's see how he does. Normal dev trait, but he's got good speed, good acceleration, good agility. He could actually work out pretty good at wide receiver. So that does it for the draft. I didn't want to bore you with all the picking on the late round picks. I did pick up one guy late in, picked him up in the 5th round. It was Courtney Hoover, who was projected to go in the 1st or 2nd round. So I felt a 5th round pick was worth a punt on him. And we took Jonathan Scott at right tackle in the 6th round. So that's our picks. We've taken Xavier Long, our defensive tackle, who's got a hidden dev trait. We got Carl Hopkins at right guard, who's got a hidden dev trait. And Paul Walker, who I think could actually turn out to be a pretty decent player. Same as Bartel. But that's the draft done, and we'll have to figure all of that out. We also need to figure out where I'm going with these coordinators and head coach. Am I keeping them? Am I going to look for somebody who is available that's better? If there's anybody available that's better. One Dockery did okay, but I want to fire him. And now we're going to go on the hunt for a head coach, which is probably the wrong time. I could bring Urban Meyer back. And I think we're going to go with Brandon Starks. He's going to be our guy. Certainly for this year. And so we are now into season number 2, and it's the pre-season of season number 2. And I think that's where we will leave this week's episode. We've improved a small amount on defense. Our overall hasn't gone up hugely, but that's okay, because this is a rebuild. It's gonna take time. It's not gonna be an overnight thing. After one off season, we're not going to be Super Bowl contenders or even playoff contenders, I don't believe. But I think if we could have another 6-win season, I'll be happy with that. And so we will call it there. Okay, so thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, where I will do the 3 pre-season games, and I'll only play highlights of them. I'm not going to play the full games. And because I'll be able to do that, I'll do our week 1 regular season game, which is at home to the New York Jets. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed it. Comment on the video if you think we've hit or miss on any of our draft picks, and drop a comment. Let me know how you think we should be getting on for the season with our record. Should we be looking to finish bottom of our division? Should we be looking to move on up the table? 6 wins is what we got last year. That's got to be our benchmark for this year. Do you think 6 is realistic? Do you think 6 is too low? Let me know. And I will see you next time, which will be Tuesday, for our pre-season and week 1 opener.